feel free.
So this is the Tokyo series of games. They were successfully funded on Kickstarter, raised $255,000, and then we just hit like $60,000 on BackerKit. So
A chunk of that was mine.
yeah, there we go. Thank you very much. So the games are all based off of my real life experience living in Tokyo, obviously. So I'm really passionate about experiences that happen in my real actual lifetime, like going through and seeing something that inspires me. So then I think on it a little bit further and do some brainstorming. And buying vending machine drinks was like literally one of the funnest things in my life. I had no idea there were going to be so many in Japan. The first time I went there in 2011, I was just buying all the different drinks to try them. Every day I would go out on a mission to like spend $5 and try as many drinks as I could. Yeah. So I decided I would come up with a framework game. I've been thinking about this idea for like 2.5 years, and I finally put it into action just over a year ago. And then that grew with my other game about Japanese architecture called Tokyo Jutaku. And I decided that it would make a lot of sense to make a series of games about these everyday life things that happen in Japan, in Tokyo specifically. And why not make it so the rules can mix together and I can take those themes and put them together how they should go, right? So
it's fascinating because I own a lot of medieval farming simulators, you know, and I own a lot of space station tile placement games, but these games that sort of hinge around modern but not ultra modern or supernatural or anything like that, there isn't it doesn't feel like there's a tremendous amount of that, and so it's really cool for you to come to it from an experiential perspective.
Definitely. I mean, for me, I'm very detail-oriented, so everything I see, I start thinking about it more and more and more. So mundane things, to me, are more exciting than elaborate things in a lot of ways. Like the next game, one of the next games in the series is about Tokyo coin laundry, so you're going to have like a miniature washing machine and clothes and detergent and, you know, the newspaper and all that stuff. So taking those everyday objects and turning them into a gamification is exciting for me.
Now that last concept right there, taking something that's totally just a mundane experience and then building it, you know, translating it somehow into a game. These aren't mechanics that you had in mind that you're like, I'm just looking for a theme, or you started with a theme.
I'm so inspired by the themes that I can't not start from that point. So I stick with the theme and then I turn it into a project that's more mechanical and structured and set down. So like Judo on Baiki, for example, this is a framework. So all I did was design the pieces in the game, and I invited guest designers to make the games themselves. And I made a few of them as well. But the idea is I try to think of what the best tools are that can help somebody sculpt something, but put limitations on what they can do. I think limitations are very important in game design because they make you think of a way to put layers and depth into what you're doing without overthinking all of the actions. Because a lot of game design can get too heavy and convoluted, and then like, does this piece really add to the game? Does this piece, is it necessary? And a lot of that gets shaved out in the development process. And I mean, any game designer you ask them, they're going to be shaving stuff off.
I mean, we always hear the phrase "kill your darlings," right?
Yeah,
and that's a central part of it. Whether you're editing an article or designing a game or whatever, it's like there's that tendency to latch on to an early idea, and just or wouldn't it be fun to add this? Wouldn't it be fun to add that?
Yep.
But then again, it's like looking at the components, looking at the system that you've built. It's like it's evocative. Yeah, because this is interesting. This is a little weird and fun in that regard.
Totally, and in a way, like the pieces that are in here, some of the designers have made pretty complex games, but I mean, this can't hit antiquity level. Obviously, there's just not like enough pieces, and there's not enough things to do. But the layer of depth and decision choice is definitely there. Like some of these games are more strategic than a lot of heavy games that I've played. I mean, my personal opinion, of course, but. So this one has 6 different color of drinks, and each color of drink has 6 different shapes of drinks, which are all based on actual drinks from vending machines, right?
Right.
So some of the games range from like dexterity, like a flicking game. We've been playing some of the Japanese designer games tonight. One of them, you're like doing future investments in crates and then putting stocks down that are secret that other players don't know. So you're building a manipulative market. That's like a stock market. But like the fact that you can do that with just some crates and some miniature drinks, that's what I like about the idea The theme can turn into lots of things. People can take it where they want to go. So Judo on Bikey has over 20 games in it, by the way, and growing. If you buy this game, you can design your own game from the pieces, submit it to me through email, and I'll put it on my website, and other people can play it. So
that's super cool.
Yeah, it's a growing framework. It's a living game series, really, and all of them can mix together in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, we got excited. We've seen some games that feel more like systems. They feel more like you say, the framework, the spinal column from which you can
the
grow
metabolic growing system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's always really exciting to us to see something that is both at once a complete thought and has room for growth. And when I was looking at your Kickstarter as a backer, I was like, oh, this is where this might go.
Right.
I don't know where this might go. And that was exciting too.
And even for me as the designer, it was so nice to step back, because usually I design the whole game, of course. But with this series, some of the games only have just guest designers as the main focus of what's going on. When I get back what they did, it changes my perspective on what the game could be or could have been, or what I did was a complete different idea from what they did. And it's inspiring for me to make the next games in the series and see what can happen from that. The collaboration is amazing.
Well, that spirit of collaboration informs the entire back end of the experience, and I think that's one of the things that's going to make this a truly unique series of games. And as a backer, I can't wait to get my hands on them and to start messing around, because I think it's going to be fun. Thanks for your time. It was really cool getting to hear what inspired this.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And if you want to check out more on the games, you can go to my website, jordandraper.com.
It's on the screen now.
Yeah.
Everyone look at it. Click on it. Well, you can't click on it, but it'll be in the description below.
Yep. And you can pre-order the games on BackerKit still. They'll deliver in July. Come see me at a convention. And yeah, I hope to talk to you again.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.